Over the past couple of years, I've played a wide variety of MMORPGs, but there's one in particular I just haven't got round to trying yet. And it's not like I've never heard of this game before, because people have mentioned it in my comments section.
These comments, I got these comments too. That's why I actually started looking into BDOs, because I kept on getting these comments as well.
Over and over again.
Die, you fucking seagull, bitch, fucking.
And in my recent video where I talked about the MMORPGs I've played this year, the comment section was once again subject to a barrage of "you should play BDO."
Fucking.
And just to...
I mean, I gotta watch that video too. I gotta watch the shocking state of MMORPGs, but yeah, BDO I think is something people keep going back to because it just looks so good. It's despite its flaws, it's probably got something in it at the end game that keeps on bringing people back enough that they enjoy themselves.
To give you full clarity and disclosure, I was actually offered money to play BDO back when they had their latest expansion.
So I had a conversation with Sawman about that when he was in my chat in one of my earlier streams, because I told him, like, I don't know why, but it seems like BDO is really popping off. And then he was just like, don't believe it. There's a bunch of creators who right now are being paid extreme amounts of money to play BDO because of some update and stuff. And he proved that to me with evidence. So yeah, I think maybe the only one who was probably hopping on the trend to try it out was probably Asmongold. I don't know if he was paid to play BDO, but I think he may have gotten interested in it because of the marketing push that other people got from trying to play BDO.
However, I kind of didn't do it, not because I thought it was a scam, but because I have integrity. Yeah, that's exactly why. I did, however...
Oh, fuck. I have integrity. Yeah, none of us have integrity. All of us have a price. I'm going to say this now. All of us, every fucking one of us, every MMO player out there, every single one of us, right? And I know he was being sarcastic there, so don't go shit on Sawman. I know he was being sarcastic. We all have a price. I will sell out. I love money. Look at me. Look at me. I love money, right? I love being able to eat food. I love being able to pay my bills, right? I love knowing that I can go to sleep at night without worrying where my next meal is coming from, right? So, if someone paid me enough money, yeah, I'd play their fucking game. But guess what? All the emails I've seen in my email inbox, no one's paying me enough money for me to want to fuck up my entire channel. It's like, hey, Roze, we noticed you've got like over 10k subs. Do you want to play our dog shit mobile game for $20? So yeah, no, like burn this into your brain right now. Every single MMORPG player, every single one, except maybe Asmongold because he's rolling in money. Every single one of us, if you paid us enough money, we would tattoo a dick on our forehead. If that's what you told us to do for that money.
However, buy BDO during the Steam sale with full intention to play and review it. So that's what I've done. However, I will put in a slight disclaimer, and that is that I don't have 500 hours of playtime in Black Desert Online.
Wait, is it?
Oh god damn! How dare he? How dare he not have 500 hours of playtime? So, I don't think that. Okay, based on the way that I've seen Sawman do these videos, the way he does the shocking state of Black Desert Online, the shocking state kind of videos he does. So he does a series called The Shocking State. Mostly they're done as first impressions. So I don't think he's doing this as a full review. I think he's doing it more as a, this is my first impression, because that's usually what he does in his shocking state videos when he's covering a game.
Casual fucking dog. Yeah, he's only put 300 hours into the video game. How can he possibly be able to have an opinion about it?
This video is a first impressions video.
There you go.
I will do my best to cover as much of this game as I possibly can, whilst also trying to give a fair and honest opinion. And with that, let's jump into it. Okay, so let's start with the basics. It is indeed a MMORPG. We tend to play a lot of those on this channel. Oh yeah, friendly reminder,
Shocking.
if you want to see more content like this, feel free to subscribe. Oh, and if you like this, obviously, please leave a like. This game was initially released to the Eastern...
So I already like this because I wanted to catalog that I wanted to watch this video because I want to see the full drama. Because as far as I'm aware, after this video, there's another video where someone was shitting on him for his Black Desert take. So I'm interested to kind of see what he said in particular that made someone else like have a panic attack and shit on him for it. Open beta was launched. Okay, that's just
market in 2015 and then to the Western market in 2016. And I have to say, for a game that is almost 10 years old, it looks pretty spectacular, especially when you compare it to similar games such as Final Fantasy XIV.
Best fucking looking game. I'm sorry. I don't think there's a game out there, there's an MMORPG out there that matches the same levels of graphical fidelity as Black Desert Online. Even today, even in 2023. If you play the remastered version of the game, I don't think that there's a better game with better graphics currently out there.
It's based in a high fantasy land and revolves around a conflict between two rival nations. And it is well known for having a specific draw to the game.
Armor, characters, creatures, objects, spell effects,
Hey!
and most importantly,
Hey, that's me! Hey, that's me! I didn't expect that. Yes, so this is linking to my video where I was talking about the art styles of BDO. And I can see on screen that there are two pretty good reasons to try out BDO. There are two pretty fucking decent reasons to try this game out.
the oversized, fantasy-driven
Art style. BDO is available on PC and console, but not only that, it does allow cross-platform play. One of the biggest draws to the game was its PvP combat, but in recent times it's been focusing more on the PvE side of things. So straight away...
Okay, I know nothing about the endgame PvP. Is the endgame PvP in BDO good? Is it good, or is that like a cope? Because I really like good PvP in MMOs. Yes and no. See, I'm a piece of shit. I'm like an active piece of shit when it comes to MMOs. I'm that weirdo who enjoys PvP. Yes and no. So I'm assuming that it's got its good parts and it's got its bad parts. World PvP was just killed. Wait, so they removed World PvP. That kind of sucks. They changed so much stuff lately. Do you think they're trying to make it more appealing then to people who, like, to a wider audience, and that's why they changed it? Or was it more like one of those changes where the whole community is like, what the fuck is going on? But Node Wars and Siege is fun, but the caveat is... Wait, the caveat to it is that the fights are so fucking big, the servers can't handle it. Oh, that's disappointing. Then again, there's a lot of stuff going on with particle effects and stuff in the game, so that's not too surprising that the servers shit the bed. You can still flag on people, but it's severely limited, and there are systems to actively stay away from grinding int. In the open world. Oh, that's disappointing. I think it always sucks when PvP is dialed back, but that's also because I'm probably a masochist and I enjoy getting the shit beaten out of me in the open world and then coming back later and beating the shit out of other people in the open world.
Getting a kind of sense of they're trying to cater for everyone. We all know how that ends up.
Hey, look, it's just what you talked about. They're trying to cater more for casuals, and that tends to go very badly. Just like it did with New World, as on screen. Because they changed the fucking game from full loot open world PvP all the way down to a theme park MMO, and I still think that was the worst decision they could have ever made. 7 years of development in New World, down the fucking toilet. It was their whole decision to remove the one-sided and unwarranted PvP. But that's what makes it fun. God, okay. I was fuming when changes came. Played Conan Exiles for 2 weeks to cool off. Because we got a huge bump of new players. Okay. So, yeah, so they were trying to bring in new players, and they didn't want these players to quit because they're such little sensitive babies that someone killed them in the open world, and therefore they can't play the game anymore. Oh, that's just... Oh, fuck.
Over the past couple...
That was a mistake. Where were we? We were about there.
That ends up. Why did I make that joke? I'm just going to regret it. There's going to be someone doing a 10-paragraph essay as to why New World is actually thriving.
Hold on. Where's the actually New World is doing great right now? I mean, it's down from 1 million players to about 40,000, but the new expansion fixes everything. I saw a New World comment and I think I missed it. Why New World is actually thriving? 1 out of 25. Okay, yeah, he's just taking the piss. He knows what's going on here. Yeah, unfortunately, I think because he preempted saying that, the comment's not there.
I hate my life. But anyway, that's enough about the basics. Let's take a look at the actual gameplay. So like any great MMO RPG, we have to talk about the character creation screen. And BDO does not let us down. I don't understand what's going on.
God damn! I just gotta say, BDO's character creator should be standard. It should be industry standard, bare minimum for every single MMORPG out there in existence. Right? That is one chunky lady right there. She's built like a fucking fridge. This woman eats watermelons by cracking it between her thighs and then picking out the pieces. But the character creator itself in BDO 100% should be the industry standard across all MMORPGs out there. As a baseline. It shouldn't be the best. It is the best currently, but it shouldn't be the best. It should be the baseline. It should be the bare minimum that's put into every other MMO. That's where we should be heading. And every time I play a new MMORPG for the first time and I don't see the same levels of character customization that I've now seen in BDO, I automatically know it's going to piss me off.
I'm Batman. Yeah, I don't think I want to be a woman. No offense, but I just want to be chout by
That's very racist of you to say, Sawman, that you don't want to be a woman. How dare you?
Like a 14-year-old weeb. There are 26 different classes to choose from on BDO, and furthermore, these classes are gender locked. 9 being male and 17 being female. For the most part, each class is human, even though they have deer people and whatever the fuck this thing is. Oh, and they do have this otters. One class which gives me a weird vibe.
Yeah. Yeah, that... You see, the Shy. I think it's called the Shy. This right
one
here...
class which gives me...
Why? Why do they keep doing this? If you are over the age of 16 and you play this character model, your account should automatically just be linked to a sexual predator database, and you should be flagged as a potential future threat. So that if anything happens, they can just bring it up in court and say like, oh yeah, no, the signs were there.
A weird vibe.
I'm getting the word nonce.
Anyone who mains this class is definitely a predator of some sort. I can see why the BD
But this is common in anime, like there's 500-year-old dragon in the body of a 6 to 10-year-old girl. Yes, absolutely. It's so common. When I played Blue Protocol, literally there's a little girl who's a 500-something-year-old demon who's running around with you, and the whole time I'm thinking, where are the police? I'm not playing an MMO, I'm running from the fucking cops. It's really, really frustrating. And then the worst part is, just like Psycho Fox said, is they're broken. They make those classes broken. So if you care about performance, if you care about like being the top tier damage dealer or something, you're automatically lumped in with the pedophiles. Which, if you think about it, in a weird way, the fact that you're trying to do the most damage possible, whether that be physical or psychological, it kind of fits. It kind of fits in you playing that kind of class. Our guild is forcing our worst players to play that thing. It's all about being the smallest hitbox. Yeah, that's another thing. That's you want to be the character that's the most difficult to click on, with the smallest hitbox, that can avoid things that other characters can't, that can jump into spaces that other characters can't.
video character creator gets a lot of praise, but personally,
I just wish they went like the WoW route, where it was gnomes or something like that, or some other hideous creature that was just below 6 feet tall, like me, as opposed to making it children, because every time it's children, it really freaks me out. It gives me this real uncomfortable vibe.
Arcade to be slightly more in depth, mainly because I get to be a small,
Hey,
fat,
look, it's
ugly,
me.
bald man.
I don't know why he had to cameo me twice in this video, but okay.
Whereas this just makes me feel like my male character is just a member of a K-pop band.
I like turtles.
One of the biggest draws to this game is the combat. It's just fluid in the way that it works, and it just feels very reactive to what you are doing. It doesn't feel slow, it doesn't feel clunky, it actually feels like it's responsive to the buttons that you are pushing. If you don't want...
Yeah, it does feel good. Also, he's playing on controller. I've only played on keyboard. Is this game better if you play it on controller? I wonder if this game is easier if you play it on controller, because it makes the combinations, like all the combos you gotta do, easier. Definitely not. In PvP, yes. Okay, so controller is hard mode in PvP, which means the buttons are not very well optimized, because if you think about it, a controller should almost always be easier to use, at least in theory, than keyboard and mouse. Maybe not for movement, but for ability activation.
me to kill any more puppies, then please leave 69 likes.
Look at this. This dog is out here killing dogs.
You have been warned. Perfect. Add that to every YouTube video going forward. I love the way that you can chain moves together. It almost feels like you're doing a combo on Tekken.
That is the exact same vibe I got the first time I tried out BDO. Was everything feels like a Tekken combo. It feels like you're playing a fighting game more than you're playing an MMO tradition in the traditional sense.
I see why people like this game, honestly. So much replayability. This skill tree also has a variety of moves to choose from, which means gameplay isn't going to be boring. You are going to have to make decisions further on down when you level up and choose a certain style of play. Typical of any MMORPG, there are different armor sets to choose from, and each one will give you different attributes or different bonuses. There are also a variety of life skills that you can go away and master, such as cooking.
Is that discount Gwent I see? Is this Gwent 2.0 except worse? God damn, there's even card games here.
Master, such as cooking, crafting, alchemy, fishing, all the fun stuff, you know, all the typical MMO stuff. Sadly though, I wish I could heap more praise in this game, but quite honestly, I've not been having the best first impression. The best thing about this game is the combat, and that's pretty much where it ends. As new player experiences go, this has probably been one of the worst.
How dare you say that? I will defend my lady at all costs.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Now,
that's fucking beautiful. Now, I don't know if I'd say it's the worst experience that I've ever had playing an MMORPG, at least in the beginning of the game. I can comment about the beginning of BDO because I have started that. BDO got to level 60 as a fighter and never went back. I'm so disappointed he didn't try fishing. Is the fishing system good?
Now, this isn't my first rodeo, so I know full well someone with 1,000 hours is going to comment on this video and tell me that I'm just playing the game wrong, I just need to get better, or something along those lines. But I just want people to keep in mind...
Yeah, but okay, so people are going to leave that comment. That's inevitable. It doesn't matter what you do. I get those comments on my Guild Wars 2 video, but what people don't seem to understand is that in a first impressions, you're not supposed to play the game optimally. You're not supposed to play this game with infinite knowledge of everything you're doing. You're supposed to be a complete fuck-up because you are a new player, and you need to be a fuck-up so you can see what it's like to be a new player. Fishing on a boat is good. It's their 10 out of 10 game. Fishing, okay. I'm getting mixed ideas here about the fishing systems.
This is a new player perspective, but most importantly...
That's my opinion!
So, without any further delay, let me tell you the problem with Black Desert Online.
Oh,
A lot of you will think this is the part where I talk about monetization.
Oh, here we go. Here we go, the predatory Asian monetization systems. Oh, it's the first thing he jumped on. It's I'm so proud of him. I'm so proud of him that he's been incepted like the rest of us into hating any form of monetization.
Monetization, the gambling in the game, the RNG being trash.
Oh god, this is all of us. This is what I mean. Yeah, remember when I said that all MMORPG players are just some variation on a white guy with a beard, right? Myself included. This is what I fucking mean. Is we even have the same takes. We all bitch about the monetization. We can't help it. We were raised in a time and a day and age when you played a game, the game didn't come with all these bullshit monetization systems that gave you power or gave you convenience or changed the game entirely. And so we can't help it. We can't escape. We're trapped inside our own mind, and every time we hear the word monetization, we have like a fucking Vietnam flashback all the way back to when dear old Todd tried to sell us horse armor in Oblivion.
But it's actually something more simpler than that. The fact is, on the very first time...
God damn. God damn. I'm just saying. I need to find this cosplay and get my wife to wear that. God damn. Fuck the cash shop. Where do I buy that outfit in real life for my wife to wear? That shit would look so good.
Something more simpler than that. The fact is, on the very first time I loaded this game up, I can see there was going to be problems. And let me show you why. One of my biggest...
At the arse end of the world.
gripes with the game is that I've changed the resolution so many times, and yet I still have this problem. What the fuck is this? For whatever reason...
Okay, fair enough. I have the same problem in BDO, is that every time I open the game, it fucks my resolution into the dirt. It gives me like 1080p, I mean not 1080p, 180p resolution for no reason at all, that I have to then reset. And also, the game always launches in Turkish. and it's really frustrating. I don't know why they fucking think that everyone in Africa speaks Turkish. But that's all we get is just Turkish. And then I'm sitting in a fucking menu staring at goddamn moon runes, and I have no idea which button do I push to fix this. I had to look for a video tutorial on how to change the language and then just like copy exactly what buttons the guy in the video pushed just to find out that the video he made was from 6 years ago and they had mildly updated the settings, so everything I did was invalid and I had to just click fucking buttons until I figured out where the English was. It was really infuriating.
The display settings on this game are just super fucky, and I mean that in more ways than one. I have spent more time trying to get the resolution to work than I
Yes,
have.
you see that? You see that? Right there. You see whether it's like start, quit, and settings is like chopped off at the bottom. I had this exact same problem when I first launched the game. Thankfully, the resolution at least wasn't a continual problem. Once I'd set it, it was fine. I left it, and I'm never going to touch it again for fear that it reverts back into something I can't use.
Resolution to work than I have actually playing the game. But not only that, it goes one step further, which is when you play the game, the UI is fucking terrible. Now, part of the problem is I'm trying to use a controller to play this game, and bear in mind this game has been ported to console, so by all means, it should be smooth as anything, but it's not.
Disgusting. You know what? I have to disagree with him on this. I think giving console players access to the game, but then making the game feel like shit is a subtle way of the devs telling these guys, fuck you, just buy a PC, you piece of shit. And I can respect that.
It's fucking awful.
Well, that was fucking dreadful.
And even though I've gone full controller pleb, it will still display settings as if I have a keyboard.
Yes, you see, that's the devs being like, hey, fuck you, get a PC.
Which means I don't know how to change this option. And furthermore, I don't have the options to change keybinds. Like, why? I have tried to neaten up my display and it does look slightly better than what was there before. And I have heard people say, obviously, if you use mouse and keyboard.
Oh my god, I've got to do this. I've actually got to do this the next time I play. I always love it when a game has like window panes that you can like drag around to where you feel they should be, as opposed to the game forcing them to be in a certain position and then you can't move them at all.
Keyboard, it's a lot better. Bear in mind, I'm a new player and yet they just flood me with alerts. Pointless shit which doesn't affect my game. And as a new player trying to learn how to play, this doesn't help me. This makes me want to uninstall. And
yeah, because you gotta give them money, Sawman. If you give them money, the alerts go away. That's how it works.
Even with all this fuckery to one side, it still gets worse. Next up on the list is questing, and I know this is going to be quite controversial considering this is a MMORPG. This is the bit that should be fun and exciting to do, and yet here I am saying it's a problem. Also, I love the fact that the character's mouth keep moving, even though they're not actually saying anything. So
I put that down to it being a 10-year-old game. But okay, I've done very little questing in the game. Like I've said, I've just barely started my adventure into BDO. But I gotta say, I actually kind of appreciate these like questing screens and stuff. I think it's pretty cool whenever there's some form of like interaction as opposed to just the game shitting out a wall of text at you. I enjoyed it in Guild Wars 2. I enjoy it here in BDO. And it made me more annoyed that a game like WoW doesn't have that system in it.
So it gives like an impression of a really badly dubbed like karate film.
Hey, who's he?
I love those.
Fundamentally, all MMORPGs.
That unlocked a core memory. I'm gonna tell you this now, chat. If any of you have not watched an old, like it's like a really old film now. If you have not watched Kung Pao, right, you are missing out. Kung Pao is top tier, self-aware comedy that rips on all those old Chinese martial arts movies and shit. It is such a banger.
RPGs have a tutorial phase where you'll go here, fetch something, go there, fetch something else, maybe kill some mobs in between. However, with Black Desert Online, it seems like there's a lot of talking and not much action.
Do you see those hungry wolves stalking about in the grass?
Oh no.
Horses won't budge thanks to that scary look.
That's actually a pretty good build-up to a quest, is that cutscene right there.
Yeah,
Sir Roig may appear like he's not watching, but he sees all. So this is the time to show your stuff, my friend.
Okay, now here's the problem, right? With that cutscene, before he continues here, with that cutscene alone, the music, the way it's built up, those wolves better be a fucking threat to you as a player. Because if they're not, and you're just running through there like you're genociding the entire wolf population, then that removes all tension from the game.
Alright, I'm gonna go kill a bunch of doggos. Oh, they're gonna attack me.
God damn it. God fucking... They lined up. They lined up for him to murder them. What is this, Sweden, where suicide's legal? You see, that's the disconnect between, like, a really awesome build-up and then fucking nothing. Man, MMOs... Like, this isn't, like, a problem that's exclusive to BDO. This is a problem that all MMOs have to fix, where the game is so fucking easy that your character's god and like a mild fart destroys an entire continent because you dared to aim your ass in that direction.
Oh, well.
Weren't you an excavator? I thought you'd get eaten alive.
Honestly, at this
I mean, in endgame spots, you're the wolf. Then it should be like that throughout the entire game. Make the game a challenge. Give the players something to work towards, right? I can say this quite comfortably, is that when a game is more challenging, you are more likely to become a better player because you have to either rise to the challenge or you pussy out, give up, and leave, right? And every single time a game has had more difficult progression towards the end game, by the time that players get to the end game, they're not incompetent retards. They actually know what they're doing with their abilities because they've had to learn how to use their abilities, as opposed to being Captain Genocide running through the forest killing everything that even dares look at them.
this point, I think the game's just mocking me. And while still, there's countless quests after this which basically have the same plot. Go kill something, that something is really easy to kill and usually stand still without fighting back, and then you get more dialogue. Such great fun. One of the strongest assets of
Is that a problem though that's limited to BDO? The things just standing in front of you being like, please kill me daddy, seems like a big issue. But a lot of MMOs fall into the trap where the only things you ever end up doing in questing is, hey, go kill 12 of these things. Okay, cool. Thanks for killing those things. Now go kill 12 of these other things. And that's all you do all the way from level 1 to max level. That's all, like a really big gripe of mine, is that there's no innovation coming to the leveling systems of modern MMOs. And they've just kind of like, they treat the leveling system like it's a problem as opposed to something that should be enjoyable for the player.
Of this game is the combat, and yet I'm spending more time playing some really cheesy, outdated RPG because there's nothing engaging about what's going on, because I'm not having the opportunity to go and do stuff. It's just talking. Also, shout out to the UI again. Great job on selecting a cursor, which is very visible and can clearly show what option you're choosing when speaking
Nice.
to NPCs. Obviously, I'm at a low level still, so take this with a pinch of salt, but for me, it doesn't make this game feel like a MMO. It makes it feel like a solo RPG with just other players inhabiting my world, occasionally running past me. And I think...
Yeah, but okay, he just described, I think, 90% of all MMOs today. We've got this weird problem in MMOs where the largest group of people playing MMOs are soloed players, as opposed to like people who want to actually group up and work together and so on and so forth. It's this really weird dichotomy that we all go into a massively multiplayer game and then play solo. And later today, I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna do the same with New World. I still need to look at the new expansion, and guess what? I'm gonna be playing solo.
The worst thing is, every time I've played this game, I've been given the advice of just grind to max level. Don't worry about the story, skip past it. But it's an MMORPG. Aren't I supposed to enjoy the story? Isn't that the whole point in playing these sorts of games?
No, disgusting. How dare this guy? How dare he? Sawman is obviously sick, or he's on some kind of medication that he needs to get off of. This man just used the forbidden word. One of the forbidden words in MMOs. Enjoyment. How dare he? How dare he expect an MMO to have a story and to have like a hook and to be an enjoyable experience as you're playing through it. That this motherfucker. Yeah, he's gonna say the word fun. How dare he? How dare he expect a game to be fun? MMOs are supposed to be a second job. Actually, no, it's supposed to be your first job. And then the thing that earns you money is your second job, so you can afford to play your first job.
When choosing a server, I went for the obvious one, the one with more XP and for novices, but it's so dumbed down that it's honestly...
Wait, hold on. Grind while watching a video that explains the story. That's what I've done. So that might be the most optimal thing to do, McStabs, but that also means that the leveling system is very poorly integrated into the game. Right. This is not a problem that's exclusive to BDO, obviously. There's quite a few other games out there that do the exact same fucking thing. I think it's actually an industry-wide problem. But it's really annoying when a game has like a good or interesting story and then the implementation of it into the world is bad or like done in a shit way, and you don't get to see all the cool shit. You gotta go read about it later.
See brain dead fucking content. The only thing that really kept me playing that little bit longer was when I eventually came up against a mini boss, and then I started to appreciate the combat once again. I actually got to use combos and have to block and dodge, and it actually felt like I might die at some points because I had to pop a potion once or twice. And you know what? I liked this. I thought this was great. I wanted more of this. But you know what I got instead? More pointless, irrelevant fetch quests and enemies which just didn't pose a threat whatsoever. I generally think this game has a lot of potential, and I think if you're willing to grind through the early stages, ignore the storyline.
Wait, the wolf part was such bait. The boss he's fighting kicks your ass. So this is the thing, is I think he's making a comparison between your average mob and your mini boss. And like he's saying the mini bosses are good. He's saying those are solid content experiences. And that, by comparison, if you've got a really good mini boss out in the open world that you're fighting, and that's like a real battle, right? How do I say this? The average mob that you're fighting feels that much worse if you're running through them like your name is Captain Genocide. Because the comparison, like the fact that you can compare the one directly against the other in-game makes it feel even worse.
And use mouse and keyboard and optimize the fuck out of that UI, then there is a chance that you might actually enjoy this title. From a
That's what I'm going to do. And the further I get into BDO, the more I'm going to optimize for mouse and keyboard. I'm not going to touch a controller.
personal perspective, Alarm bells start going off when they can't even get stuff like the display settings to work or even have a decent UI. Why would I invest any more time in a title which can't even get the basics right? I've already spent 8 years playing a MMO with great PvP but lacks in other areas, and it's not fulfilling. It doesn't make me want to play the game more, it just makes me want to find a better game to play. If they focus more on optimizing the game and making it more user-friendly, especially noob-friendly, then sure, maybe I'll give it another go. But to me, it seems like they just want to spend their money on promotion as opposed to actually improving the game. Hence why every content creator done a video back in May, June. But hey, listen, if you
You
think
saw Booba? Listen, there's titties all over this game, okay? This game is the tit city galore, okay? There's under boob, there's over boob, there's side boob. I think the only thing that BDO doesn't have is direct nipple exposure, right? And I think that's because they're sexist, and I think we need to start a petition as a collective MMO community so that body type 2 can get the respect it deserves, and just like body type 1 is allowed to expose its nipples. I think this is a very important issue for the MMO community to get behind. Why can body type 2 not have an exposed chest the way body type 1 does? Also, yeah, some schlong too, please. Let's get some salami sticks in the fucking games here. Come on. I wanna run around with my meat sword out. The nipples are modeled onto the boobs so they poke out. Wait, seriously?
I'm being too harsh,
Well,
or maybe I missed
well, now I need to play the game.
some important steps, by all means, comment below and let me know what I missed out on, or what I could have done better. Maybe next year I'll accept a sponsor and I will review Black Desert Online again. Maybe they'll change my mind with money.
Yeah, let's hope they change your mind with money, because how dare you? Okay, so predictive comments for what's coming, because like I said, this is the drama episode here. Someone is going to shit all over him for not having played hundreds of hours, despite him saying that this is a first impression of this game. Someone's going to shit all over him for not knowing exactly all the mechanics of this game and how it works, and how he's not optimally playing the game and optimizing the fun out of it, because again, it's a first impressions. It's I'm trying to think, what else would they say in the comments to him for daring to make a first impressions about this game? You don't understand the nuance of the open world combat, and that's why you just think that killing regular mobs is you being Captain Genocide. But I'm willing to bet that there's people who are mad at him for this. And I know because I saw a thumbnail of another video he posted where some guy's shitting on him for daring to have a first impression idea of this game.
But until then, I'm going to go play Guild Wars 2, because I said in my last video, if I've got a certain amount of likes, I'd go play it. And boy, do I regret it. And
he's going to have such a bad time. He's going to have such a bad time in Guild Wars 2. He's so Sawman is originally an ESO player. He played the shit out of ESO for a very long time. And the thing I've noticed is that people who like ESO don't like Guild Wars 2. And the people who tend to like Guild Wars 2 don't like ESO that much. And that's fine, because everyone's got their own like opinions and likes and dislikes. But if he's gonna force his way through Guild Wars 2, oh my god, is he gonna suffer, because I know for a fact it's not his type of game. I know that for a fact he's gonna hurt so bad.
as always, if you do like my content, please leave a like, maybe consider subscribing, and I'll leave a couple of videos on the screen for you right now, which you might just enjoy, or might not. But anyway, thanks for watching. Bye bye.
Okay, so I'm Pansy and Blue Squadron are BDO content creators, and I'm assuming both of them shit on this video that he made. Now, I know I can't find the original videos, but if that's their names, maybe we can.